Hi, this is the Social Distance Reading Series, a project of the Vermont School and Green Mountains Review. I am Tommye Blount, author of the chapbook What Are We Not For, published in 2016 by Bull City Press. And most recently, I'm so excited about my full length debut, Fantasia for the Man in Blue, published this month by Four Way Books. Thank you all for joining me in my slightly dusty apartment in Novi, Michigan, which sits about 20 minutes outside of where I was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. It's about 7:30 in the morning, so my brain is slowly gathering itself together. So I may seem a little loopy. Well, I seem loopy all the time, actually. So this is an excuse. Anyway. Um, yeah. So I'm going to be reading from my debut collection, Fantasia for the Man in Blue. Um, let's see. Americana Elegy. Less boy, more band, more twang, less bling, less hip hop, on brand, more Opry, less bang, less cornrows, more cornfield, spiritual, less house, more plantation, a shorn image, more down home, more green, more blue sky, more bluegrass, less rhythm, less blues, more church pew, more cross, less hood, more whitewashed denim, less backlash, more goldenrod, less ballad, more lyric, less gold grills, less rap sheet, more sheet music, less trap beat, more poplar, less popular, a more authentic timbre. More big game, more field dressing, more lake, more master control. How sweet this great land. The white girl is arrested by joy, or is it hunger? Whatever is there bubbling in her perfect little body, she has been taught to subdue it. Crossed. Her arms make an X like a contract signature. Her wrists rest against her skirt's pleats. Almost as if I were a lecherous savage and not the co-heir of this moment, my nose brushes the photograph. What must her hands smell like? Not an odd question when I consider the dangers of hunger. Ah, yes, there it is. The scent too loud for even history to shush. Sweet relish, sharp chives, crush of dill, sandwiched under her nails, a sandwich some black child's mother made. How sweet this great land of nostalgia, when there were fewer houses than there were trees. Safe. She looks as if she might hum. So happy to be in the cool shade of the man swinging from his branch. So I didn't plan what I would read after those two poems, so this should be interesting. Let's see where. Okay. Let's read. Yeah, I'll read a little bit from the second section of the book. So, the Leroy who is, for very young people. The Leroy who's referenced in this poem is a character from the film Fame, and I think Fame came out in 83, maybe either 79 or 83. I can't remember. Um, but Leroy, that character Leroy, was an awakening for me. Leroy auditions for the Fame School. Oh, they never should have told me to cup my hands over my eyes. The kind of boy I was, I knew all too well our bodies are tricky constructions. So little. I knew my body's argument for wanting to want could not be trusted. But where did he come from? Leroy. Barely in a shirt, hardly in gym shorts, wielding a sneer that makes even Debbie Allen swoon. Wicked. Wickedness is something today I have mastered, no? Ask me now, and I will tell you the names of every muscle it took for Leroy's waist to roll him from one end of that parquet to the other. What did I know about him then that they didn't think I already knew? Bodies are not walls. Shield us from what? Oh, bless their hearts. I watched all of his pieces trouble themselves apart only to resolve themselves back together through hands not large enough to shield a thing like desire. Did they not see my feet pedaling the air as Linda Clifford sang, I work so hard to get me a man, don't try to take him away. I love that movie. Oh, I love that movie. So, in the book, there's a lot of obsession with the relationship between performer and audience, or subject and observer. Specifically, how agency and power exchanges between the two. So many of the poems, in many of the poems, there's an audience or a kind of audience, and there's a kind of platform. As you heard in the second poem I read, How Sweet This Great Land. And so in the second section, there are a lot of gay porn actors who appear. And one of them, or more so, I look to them as like they were muses for the book, is Bobby Blake, who retired from the adult industry. I think it was. See, now I have to look at my notes. Good thing I put these notes in here. He retired in 2001. Yeah, after appearing in over 100 films. And so he became a Baptist minister. So I wrote this poem, The Ballad of Bobby Blake. I think it hard to sort the harness, how it comes undone. A maze of leather, each weather strap passes under, then through, but always ending up where it started. The O-ring's eyes have failed to see you for whom you mean to be now. No, not the obsidian statue so many white men have desecrated themselves before. Mouths filled with God, and God plow me under what light your bald head does not eclipse. You are not their bleak God. No more center of the reversed bukkake. Enough of your body's wine to feed all of them. Those blue-eyed hound dogs begging for mercy because they've misled their master's search for you. You're not their man anymore. You want the blue bowl of a baptismal pool. A hand to pull you under. Father, oh, Father of hunger, show me how you escaped the harness's last buckle. It's no. Did the frame fall like an old god statue, or a new groom's mouth for the first time saying a new surname? Or was it like a fang releasing its own hide when the prong let go at last its worn hole? So, what has become one of my favorite poems in the book to read is a poem that appears in the last section within a sort of mini suite of poems to the singer Luther Vandross, who's one of my favorite singers, who passed away in 2005. Yeah, and he's one of my favorite singers for many reasons. And so there were more Luther Vandross poems, but they didn't quite cut the mustard. They weren't, they weren't enough in my head to salute this wonderful and complicated and talented, brilliant human being. The Hunger of Luther Vandross. Honey, what would a thinner man know of hunger? I mean to be forever, for always in hunger. When my stomach has had enough, when my body goes quiet, I let my mouth take over. It's a calling, this hunger to sing for a love I'm too ashamed to want for myself. So I practice. The pitch has to be right to sing the hunger of other lovers, a take on a take, a rendition no one has heard before. With this voice, I wed the lives of others. A hunger to set the mood. I make them turn the lights off, turn them on. A gift, this first instrument of hunger, this tenor. I can feel it in my body, all 300 pounds of me. You're never lonely when you're a man who knows hunger like I do. As big as two men holding on so tight you would think there is only one. There are two of me, both of us hungry for the stage. Look at how the spotlight searches for me. It can't keep up. They chant my name, want more of me. Who am I to let them starve? So here's the tricky part, is the last poem, and I have to figure out where. Let's end. I'm going to end with, I'm going to end with this poem that I wrote for my nephew, that came out of a moment where I was just sitting there watching him and just being in awe of him. And yeah. Of his daughter's hair, he makes it look easy. My nephew. Each plait bargained for with nothing, only blue magic and a brush stiff as tenderness. Tufts gathered up, then parted into 3 braids, now 5, no, more. So many barrettes, so many bow knockers. I've run out of fingers. His fingers never run out of hair. Grow more nimble with each tricky pass, over and under and through. So thorough, yet so gentle. Hurts? He asks, and the little one answers with a deep nod into dream. He keeps moving. One path leads into another, where there was at first a gathered darkness. Gone giddy, I too am at his knee. Watch the country he's mapped out. Take me there, I want to say. Make me one of its citizens, one of its daughters. I wish I were his daughter, held in his lap's hull as he builds a world for me right in the crown of my little head. I'd get lost in sleep, too, knowing each time I'd drift away, there his hand would be, steering me back. So that's that's all I have this morning. Thank you for being here, and let's see, and please check out my short Q&A as I'm reading my script here. I'm reading a script if you haven't noticed. Please check out my short Q&A over at Green Mountains Review online. And thank you again. And I just want everyone to please be safe, be well, take care of yourself, and look out for those around you, the loved ones and the strangers. Everybody just needs to look out for each other. So take care. Bye.